Alright folks, good morning once again. This is Otis Gamer back with another gaming with the Horizon Forbidden West, and we are now part 10. Part 10 na tayo mga chong, no? And there you go. Welcome to my fans and to my followers, and for those who love the Horizon series, especially the one that I'm playing right now. Which is the Forbidden West. Now, short update on the last playthrough, we have acquired Poseidon, that's the most recent, in Ether, right? Now, we're about to proceed with the third one. I think that's Demeter, right? So we're currently at the base. If you watch my part 9 video, we just got back here and we were able to speak with Gaia, but just to continue, I'm gonna proceed in talking with or speaking with some of the NPCs
Aloy,
here.
there are more supplies in the chest. Help yourself.
So you heard Zoe over there. So there's a stash here, or a chest, that will be replenished every now and then. So every time you go back here at the base, you will be able to update or replenish your stash or your current loadout. Alright, so I'm gonna double check. So this is the lab where you can tweak or update or check the progression of your override skill, but obviously there's not much new skill since we still have the last one, which is Kappa, right? And we're trying to upgrade or reach at least level 40 to be able to enter that cauldron. So we're gonna proceed. Let's speak first with the NPCs, starting with Zoe.
Aloy.
Oh, before we do that, let me just take or turn off my camera so you can get a better view. All right. Okay, there you go.
You're back.
Yeah, I'm just, checking up on how everyone's doing.
You mean after meeting someone who looks exactly like you, but isn't you, down in the basement? Guess this must be even stranger for you than it is for us.
Oh, I forgot. We have Beta with
Lara
us
said
now.
She may be able to help us in our mission, though.
Maybe. What else have you been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seedlings, the subfunctions. I wanted to understand why one of them would do what they did to Fa. Imagine my surprise when I looked into this Hephaestus and found out it helped create all machines, our land gods included. In a way, the Utaru owe Hephaestus our whole way of life, as well as our current troubles.
That's why we have to make Gaia whole again. Varl looks pretty focused.
He's been obsessing over the data revealed to us by Poseidon. Just the other day, we read about mountains hiding deep underwater that spew fire. If I understand correctly,
Volcanoes.
Gaia said the flames they release come from the very center of the earth, like a heart beating with the life of the world. As always, the cycle can be found in even the most unlikely of places. Of course, Varl's mostly interested in watching explosions happen underwater.
Yeah, we already know what's going to happen to Varl, and yeah, for those that already finished this game, yeah, it's a bit tragic. We're gonna see what will happen with the rest of these characters.
You said you met Beta?
Varl mentioned she was hurt. I thought I'd offer her an extract to soothe the pain.
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan on staying burrowed down there like that. She looks like she's barely seen the light of day as it is.
Alright, we're done with Zoe.
I need to
Let's
get going.
proceed with Aaron
May the land
or
bloom in your
Varl.
steps.
Then we're gonna proceed and try to communicate with Gaia.
Huh.
Let's see what
Door's unlocked now.
there's anything new. Alright, I think that's Aaron. Let's go.
Errand? You okay?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
You're not drunk anymore, Aaron?
There's two of you now.
You sober?
At least you seem to be handling it okay.
I wouldn't say that exactly, but I'm trying.
Well, Beta, I think the Zeniths try to limit the way Beta acts and thinks, right? Kind of downgraded her somehow. Not a direct copy of or replica of Elizabeth Sobek, unlike Aloy here. So, in essence, Aloy is still the higher being or character compared to Beta.
What else have you been studying with your focus?
Yeah, I've been looking into this Vegas place you found. Gaia showed us everything that happened when you went to get that Poseidon thing. I mean, this Merlin guy seems pretty smart. Though, risking the Tenakth clan lands for a light show is a bold move.
Maybe I should check up on them at some point. Just in case.
Right.
What are you working on with your focus?
I'm still figuring out how to read stuff on this thing. Those two lovebirds over there have been giving me a hand. But to be honest, all the little symbols, they give me a headache. But I'll get up to speed. I promise.
Did you speak with Beta at all?
She didn't really wake up till we brought her here. And when she did, I thought it'd be better if Zoe and Varl took care of her. No use crowding someone when they're in a state.
Alright, Aaron. Nice talking to you. Let's proceed
have
with
to get
Varl.
Don't go causing too much trouble.
Alright, where's Varl? Where's Varl, Zoe? Zoe? I think I missed my dog once again. Zoe. Where's Varl? Use our focus. Varl's not here, man. Where's Varl, man? What's that?
Move studious for these many scrolls. It's a pain getting him to paralyze.
Ah, studios. The priest.
Deserve to be
Yep.
run down by
The
recalls,
dead
right?
priest.
Huh. The door's unlocked now. Gaia, what was this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room for Control Center operatives. I have repurposed the displays to track Regal's activity in the region.
Alright. This is going to be useful. It's like a command center right here. Where's Varl, dude? Oh, I see. Here they are. Let's check on Beta. Oh, okay, I see. He's attending to Beta.
Aloy!
There you go.
She panicked after waking up and stumbled down here. I thought it best to wait for you.
I'll talk to her.
Oh, she locked herself in?
Hello? It's Beta, right? My name's Aloy. What's wrong? Is it your injury?
Simulacrum withdrawal syndrome.
I don't understand.
Sudden removal of a neurologically integrated data device. The brain, especially the cerebellum, goes into a kind of sensory freefall. Everything real is unreal. Distant.
Is there anything that can help?
Do you have a focus to spare? It's primitive, but I can make it work.
Yeah.
Booting up. So, Aloy, I suppose you want information?
About you and the Zeniths? Yeah. Why are they here? What do they want? How did they get you? Let's start at the beginning. I'm guessing they faked the destruction of their ship 1,000 years ago?
That seems consistent with their behavior. They wouldn't want to be followed.
So far, Zenith established a colony world after all.
Yes, for a few hundred years, but it didn't last. Some sort of natural disaster rendered it uninhabitable.
Okay, so the descendants of Far Zenith escaped a dying planet, and now they want to claim Earth for themselves?
Not their descendants.
What?
Not their descendants. It's them. The same ones who left Earth 1,000 years ago. You didn't know?
How can they still be alive? They don't even look... What did they do to themselves?
I believe it's a combination of pharmaceutical, cellular treatments, and technological implants.
And you? Does that mean that you're...
I'm not like them. I was made
That makes sense.
on the way to Earth.
Why one of them still knows.
I spent years studying
Still
my training
knows.
also that I could serve my function.
Elizabeth Sobeck.
access
Salam,
control of the
Tom.
terraforming system? Why? What did
Salam.
Zenith want with it?
When I discovered the Zero Dawn system had disseminated into its subcomponents,
Uy,
I
may
thought my
second
purpose
thought
was
na.
to fix it. But I don't think the Zeniths want that at all. I think they want to wipe Earth clean and start over.
So we're dealing with the same Far Zenith people who once lived on Earth. What else do you know about them?
They were some of the
Ayos,
most
aming kapihan,
affluent and powerful people on Earth. They controlled almost every major resource in the
Sana all.
industry.
Tanaw mo na yung buong
amazed
ano.
them. He's the one who decided to set up the
Hacienda
base. The others,
Villanueva.
Tilda, Verbena, they resent his authority over them, but in the end, they always do what he says.
Eric. He's the one I fought back in the Hades Proving Lab.
He enjoys hurting people.
Yeah, I know. You mentioned the Zenith set up a base here on Earth.
Alright, we're gonna know more about the Zenith
Off the
here.
coast, I think. Whenever I had to go on missions, I was transported inside of a Spectre drone. I couldn't see anything outside. But I did overhear the Zeniths talking about it once. They were discussing setting up a perimeter energy shield to repel the local fauna. I'm certain they have other security measures. Spectre patrols, machine wars. It must be impregnable.
What's inside the base?
Launch facilities so they can shuttle back and forth to their ship in orbit, plus infrastructure to gather materials and fabricate anything they need.
Are there more Zeniths than the ones you met?
I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more of them in the base or back on the ship. For all I know, there could be more of them out in space. Other survivors of the colony.
You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened?
All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A.
The Zeniths never told you any details.
They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius.
Guess they survived old age too. How did you escape the Zeniths?
Before the Hades Proving Lab, I never thought I'd get away from them. Even if I were to run. I'd never survive on my own in the wilds. then I saw you. And I thought that maybe you could help me. So when the Zeniths pinpointed Aluthia's location in the biomedical research facility, I saw an opportunity.
You said you saw an opportunity to escape when you went to capture Aluthia. What did you do, exactly?
Whenever I was taken out on a mission to recover a subordinate function, only one of the Zeniths would go with me.
The one the rebels killed, outside the facility.
Bane's dead? How did they bypass her shield?
I'm looking into it. But you were talking about your escape?
Well, when it was time to use the Zenith's transmitter to send Aluthia back to base, I also sent the encrypted transmission. And I distracted Verbena long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic chamber, altering the facility's log so it appeared that there were only 236 containers.
And the Gaia root kernel?
I told them I could capture Aluthia faster if I had it with me, and they believed me.
Well done. You said you were born on the way to Earth. In an artificial womb, I'm guessing?
The Zeniths had an ectogenic chamber aboard the ship. An updated version of the one you found me in. They must have used a stored sample of Elizabeth's DNA.
I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her DNA. Do you know how they got it?
That wasn't part of the archive I was allowed to access.
You said you spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that?
But only the parts I was permitted to access. Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive, would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress.
Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database. Before Ted Farrow purged it.
The Zeniths have a copy.
So it still exists. And you got to learn from it.
Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it.
To have all that knowledge, just out of reach. Must have been frustrating.
Yeah, before we proceed, let's check the sound settings. Alright, we're still good.
So the Zeniths want to exterminate life on Earth. That's what Gaia and I concluded too. But why? Why kill everyone just to take over?
When they took me on missions with them, I saw how they butchered the tribal people we encountered. They didn't seem to care about a rejuvenated Earth, so I concluded that they must want a hard reboot of the system. Then they can redesign it to be exactly what they want.
Mass extinction for their own comfort? Who thinks like that? Well, without their Gaia kernel, they'll have a hard time doing that. The Zeniths needed Elizabeth's gene print to access Zero Dawn facilities. So they made you. Trained you. And you went along with it? They told me I was born to interface with the Zero Dawn system. When we reached Earth, I pieced together what must
She
have
was
happened to
misled,
Gaia.
Aloy, manipulated.
functions.
That's what happened.
That's when I started to realize I wasn't
Or
meant
at
to
least what I
fix Gaia.
think happened.
That they must have made me so I could do what their remote extinction signal failed to do. Reboot Earth for their own benefit.
Well, at least she knows.
So you know about the extinction signal?
It was speculation, but the only logical conclusion why Gaia suddenly self-destructed after operating efficiently for centuries. Gaia would have only undertaken such a desperate course of action if it had detected a threat to life on Earth that was more dangerous than ceasing function altogether. I should have realized that she would also order the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek to rebuild her.
Yeah, well... Surprise. Alright, I think that's enough for now. Do you want to come upstairs, or...?
So how long? You know, your plan. How long before Gaia's fabricated a machine army to defeat the Zeniths?
How did you know?
Optimal strategy, so?
Well, I still have to get 2 more subordinate functions before Gaia's powerful enough to absorb Hephaestus.
What? You don't have Hephaestus already?
Gaia's still figuring out how to capture it. It's not confined to a single... To a single location, of course not!
You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are.
You were supposed to be further along by now. Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me. They're gonna find this place and take me back. This was all for nothing. They're not going to find us. Gaia's using Minerva to mask our location. What difference does it make? You're too far behind. We're never going to beat them. Everything. Everyone. We're gonna die. Hey. Calm down. You're here now, right? So is there anything you can do to help?
I have certain knowledge sets. And given your state of progress, expertise you probably lack. Geoengineering, of course. Computer science, physics, biology, chemistry.
Okay. Well, see if you can do something with that. Talk to Gaia. I'll check on you later.
Aloy has the brawl.
Her injury's not that bad. But I think
Beta has the brains.
Feeling my
And they're a good combo.
I'll come back later and talk to her. See if I can learn anything.
Just need to work together. Get along. Yep, it's the first time they've met. Alright, we're gonna talk to Gaia now. Or... Yep. Yeah, this. Let's go to Gaia.
Welcome back.
What is this again? Oh, we're gonna lose some audio again. What's the purpose of these, man?
Error. Drone offline.
Okay. Well, we don't have any drones yet. I'm gonna figure that out.
Aloy, I see we have a new guest. So now we know the origin of the transmission.
Yeah. I also recovered this. The weapon it was part of somehow stripped a Zenith of its shield, but it malfunctioned and blew up. If we can recreate the weapon and improve it, maybe we'll gain the upper hand on the Zeniths.
A moment, I will scan it. Complete. By combining the results with data from your focus, I can infer that the weapon was highly advanced, comparable to Zenith technology, but not how it worked.
Did the explosion corrupt the data?
It was only a catalyst. The moment the weapon malfunctioned, it appears a command executed to purge all data within its core. Ostensibly, this was to prevent the weapon's secrets from falling into enemy hands. Whoever designed this weapon knew how to cover their tracks.
Silence.
Based on your data on him, that is my conclusion as well.
And he's not gonna cooperate with us. Well, it was worth a shot. But that's not all. The Zeniths got Aletheia, along with Artemis and Apollo.
That is unfortunate. However, our original plan remains unchanged. The 2 remaining subordinate functions should increase my heuristic processing density enough to absorb Hephaestus.
Right. One problem at a time. Well, I guess I better get back out there.
I wish you luck on your search.
Right. Thanks, Gaia. So I guess we won't be making use of Cylon's weapon. And now there is another clone of Elizabeth here with us. But I can't let it distract me. I still have 2 more subfunctions to get.
We have 2 more functions to get. Man. Let's check our map. Or I mean the quests. That's a glitch. We already got back. So we're gonna continue here.
Hey, Gaia. Me again.
Welcome back, Aloy. Where shall we resume?
It's just a series of questions. Alright. I think I need to finish this in order for the task to be completed.
So, I guess Beta's here to stay. I gave her a focus. Told her to talk to you to see if she can help. She's not what I expected.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. Someone more helpful, I guess. And less pessimistic.
It is true, she overestimated our progress. However, it is also worth noting that her confidence in your abilities emboldened her to escape the Zeniths.
I guess so.
Give her time. She may yet come around.
Val and Zoe seem to like spending time together.
Indeed. While studying Old World data, Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as vegetarianism. She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices and encouraged Varl to try out this lifestyle.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
No meat. It's hard, man.
How's Erend handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus after an initial incident.
What did he do?
He unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple. Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty. He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess. So the Hades Proving Lab, where I found the Gaia kernel. It used to be a Pharaoh research facility?
Yes. Prior to appropriation by Zero Dawn, the facility was used to engineer and test advanced computer viruses. It appears to have been one of many research initiatives by Pharaoh Automated Solutions.
Guess it wasn't enough to build automated killing machines. He wanted viruses to infect them with too. So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory. I discovered another AI there, one not related to Zero Dawn. Cyan. It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization project, and it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
No.
Yeah, Cyan from the last
From
game.
the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world. An effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
Right. Because last time Hephaestus enslaved it. Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about. There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh plague, the US military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable. It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines in the valley, until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them. When I dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the city. Stanley Chen. It turns out he was a member of FOV Zenith. But if he loved Vegas so much, why did he abandon it? Why not try to save it?
The Zeniths at their core have proven to be exceptional survivalists. Faced with overwhelming odds of extinction, they chose to flee.
Even still, what he achieved. Water to the wasteland, an entire city brought back to life. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on standby, just waiting for someone to come along and wake it up. When we were at the facility where we found Beta, there were records that said FOV Zenith were researching embryogenesis. I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only speculate. Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey to be a colony ship, necessitating such technology. As their goals evolved over time, so did their areas of research.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept rising. So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest minds in the world. All working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations, at all hours of the day. Resources and technology were secured from across the world. Within a month of the project's conception, I was launched and began my education. Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff. She said it was important to experience many personalities and perspectives to aid in my emotional development.
What were they like?
Scared, hopeful, determined. They were hurtling toward technological achievements on a scale never before attempted. I owe everything to their dedication.
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate, though I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. The only one who could. Thanks, Gaia. So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place remained vacant.
Until Minerva decided to settle here. So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time.
That would have been quite a sight.
It may still be possible to view some of them, should you find and reconnect the cameras to this room's console.
I'll keep a lookout.
And that could be the satellites. Or the drones. I think we should finish the convo tree in order for this to be unchecked. Right?
Beta believes the Zeniths want to use the terraforming system to wipe out life on Earth. Start over. so they can build it how they want.
Further supporting our hypothesis.
Why? Given their technology, they could wipe out the tribes of the world by easier means. And if they're the same people who left Earth 1,000 years ago, wouldn't they want the biosphere to be as it was?
It is likely they adjusted to different planetary conditions in their colony on Sirius. They may be trying to recreate that environment here.
Turning Earth into a new Sirius. Their own personal playground. So the Zeniths are the same people who left Earth. Physically immortal. How'd they figure it out?
From what we know of Far Zenith, it is plausible that prominent geneticists and engineers were offered a place aboard the Odyssey in exchange for their expertise. Given enough time, technology, and resources, any challenge can be overcome.
Like how Minerva eventually generated the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh Plague.
Exactly.
The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda, Verbena. Beta said they were some of the most powerful people on Earth. Do you know anything about them?
Unfortunately, no. My personal database is limited to those who worked on Zero Dawn. Additionally, it appears Far Zenith was quite secretive about their members. Only one, Oswald Dahlgard, was ever publicly known.
Right. He was the spokesperson back at their old launch facility.
What we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal. To protect life on Earth, they must be stopped.
The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
A signal that precise would require thorough knowledge of the system. How could the Zeniths know that?
From the records on your focus, it appears Far Zenith had an informant during the development of Zero Dawn.
Hank Shaw. He was supposed to steal a copy of the system for Far Zenith, but Elizabeth and Travis Tate caught him first.
Yes. It is likely Far Zenith acquired knowledge on the system's design through him, despite his failure.
So from what Beta told me, I guess we can assume the Zenith's technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes. As your encounters with them amply demonstrate, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
They seemed indestructible, but that weapon the rebels used stripped their shield somehow.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. While we lack the anti-shielding weapon, were I to absorb Hephaestus and utilize it to create a large force of combat machines, no shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
So there's hope.
Always.
What can you tell me about Demeter?
Demeter
It's a lot, man.
fertilizes and tends to plant life.
So once I bring it back, all the blight out there will start to get better.
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to improve conditions in the region for a while. However, a word of warning. Like Ether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was highly irregular. Alone and frightened, it may have taken measures to assure its security.
Okay, I'll keep my guard up. able to make use of Poseidon?
Yes. Many rivers, streams, and lakes associated with the regional watershed have been detoxified. As a result, red algae growth levels have seen a marked decline. According to my data, however, it appears a localized occurrence of red algae continues to persist near the coast.
Maybe I'll look into it when I can.
Did Gaia mean the blight?
So, Poseidon spent the last 20 years hiding out in Las Vegas. From the data I found, it seems the city had an advanced water reclamation system. Is that why Poseidon went there?
Most likely. In an effort to protect itself, Poseidon sought out a safe harbor where it could access water supply functions. There, buried and encased in a protective dome, it could guard against any threats.
Like 3 Oseram showmen?
I suspect that was not the first time it felt the need to repel trespassers.
What do we know about Ether?
Ether is responsible for detoxifying the atmosphere and moderating the weather. Acquiring it might allow me to quell the most severe storms in the region. But be careful. Like Demeter and Poseidon, it will need to be restored to its original code state before it is safe to capture.
Didn't we already have that? I think this is the unchecked conversation that we failed to have on the last playthrough. Anyway, let's
The
continue.
missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Faro.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
All 3 of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density, empowering my overall function. Unfortunately, as we now know they are in the possession of Far Zenith, attaining them in the short term is very likely impossible.
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking over the Zenith base. But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of combat machines to do that.
Correct.
Alright, so the audio glitch again in this part. These are just replayed conversations. Yeah, we already triggered this conversation in the last playthrough. Alright, let's just make sure that we haven't missed anything. I think they're all grayed out, so we're good. Let's check the menu. So the base is, or the map, still loading. Let's try to go back to Gaia. No active. But our map is not working. Oh, and audio file is not acting up again. We're missing dialogues. Alright, let's create let's try to restart it from the save. See if that will help with the dialogue. Yeah, we're still missing a lot of those audio, like the conversations. All right. Let's create a side quest here. There's an exclamation mark. Sounds great. All right, control course. Grimoires. a new mission. Let's work. That's Gaia, I believe. Let's exit the place. And we're gonna save our progression before we head out. Hopefully the map will not load this time. Come on, dude. Dry urine. Like, how can I see it if the map is not loading? Right? Alright, so we're back and I just rebooted everything. So we can try to gain the lost audio files, like the dialogue and everything. So we're back here inside, but earlier we're on top of that peak, right? And trying to check the map. Earlier it's not loading. Alright, there you go, finally. So we're gonna check the remaining quests that we need to finish. This is what I don't get. I keep on returning to base, right? Like talking to Gaia, but it's not clearing out the mission.
Welcome back.
I'm not sure why.
Hey, Gaia. I'm back.
So I see what is
Keep on triggering conversations, but it's grayed out. Oh, so we're back here? Okay, we're gonna finish them.
I guess I should get going.
as you say. Be well, Aloy.
Alright, so the marker is gone finally. So that should be checked when we double check our quest. But it's still there, man. Alright, maybe we need to. Oh, I see. There's a side quest that we just activated. This one. There you go. Let's finish that first. Yep. Let's go there, man. Just give me a second, folks. Let's open our teleport mod. Alright, there you go. Oh no, it didn't work because I forgot to put my marker. Alright, let's try it again. Nope, that one. Showing the map. Hit a marker. I forgot to hit a marker. Somewhere near the campfire. I think this will be a perfect spot. Then let's hit the apply. Alright. Let me check my Alright, we're good. So the game got stuck and or lost its audio files, and then when I rebooted the game, then that's when the game kind of reactivates the conversation with Gaia prompts. So, but that worked, right? It kind of fixed and ticked out the box at the base. Now we're back here to do some side missions for Zoe.
The Grimhorn.
Grimhorn. Yeah, there you go. It's loading again.
I should let her know I'm here. Hey, Zoe. I'm near the Grimhorn site. Can you join me?
It's called Zoe.
I'll be there soon. Aloy, I'm glad we can do this together.
Oh, that was
Grimhorn
fast,
we're looking
man.
for should be just to the north.
Let's go get those control cores.
Thank you again for helping me.
No
If this
problem,
works-
Zoe. Let me just check my... Alright, I'm good. Let's do it.
If we can heal the land gods, it will end a generation of suffering for my people.
How do you think Fame and the...
Yeah, something wrong with the... Yeah, I know there's something.
Guess we'll take it. They seem to think the tribe's extinction is inevitable.
I've had my disagreements with them, but
Yeah, something's off with my screen. Just give me a second, folks. Everything
I'd be
looks
happy to be wrong on
the
this.
same. Where do we need to go, man? What's this? Let's check. Grimhorns. No Grimhorn, man? I think I'm seeing something. Why not just respawn Grimhorns, right? Let's try this. Not at my position, at the crosshair position. Grimhorn, crosshair.
I can get the upper hand against Grimhorns. Now I can override them.
Let's so it's a triceratop. Do your thing, though. Where am I? Okay, let's stop. So what now? So that kind of worked, but we didn't clear the quest though.
Something wrong, Aloy?
Yeah.
Oh, you're back. Should we carry on with the Grimhorns?
Let's get those
Where are
control
you going?
cores.
I'm looking for
Oh, you're back.
Grimhorns, man.
Should we carry on with the Grimhorns?
You're
Let's get those
glitching.
control cores.
Control course.
How do you like me now?
This is a fancy weapon. Alright. Grimhorn should be near a water source, right? Movement. Something wrong with my display, man. They're not respawning. What we can hear is...
I need you with me, Aloy. Oh, you're back. Should we carry on with the Grimhorns?
Let's get those control cores.
That's not a Grimhorn, that's a Thunderjaw, man. Why aren't they respawning? Let's get off the circle or the search area. Then let's try to come back again. Alright. Let's try to come back. Some games, this is how to fix it. What the freak? It's not working, Zoe. What can we do? Let's try this again. Uh-oh. Why is it running away, man? This is the second Grimhorn that we've spawned, man. Maybe we need to be in that marker, right? Yeah, we're here, man. What are you talking about? Give me some clues, man. Are those Grimhorns?
Could fry that machine with
Something
shotgun.
wrong, Aloy?
Yeah, something's wrong, alright. We can't find one.
Oh, you're back. Should we carry on with the Grimhorns?
Let's get those control cores.
Control course. Let's just respawn it. Control course. There you go. Oh, the game's not giving us any Grimhorns. So let's spawn the control course. Then let's try to restart from save. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's a glitch in the game. Definitely a glitch in the game. We already spawned Grimhorns. We spawned the control core.
It seems you have business elsewhere. I'll go back to base. Call me when you want to resume.
Tampo ka na, Zoe. Ka magtampo, Zoe. Let's do a quick save. Let's try again. Well, I already have the control core, right? Where is it? Alright, give the course to Zoe. Gonna leave you out here, Zoe. Let's teleport back to base, man. Or let me talk to you. Nope. What's over there? Yeah, this game is weird. I mean, the game that I have is weird. Let's just teleport back to basement. This is crazy. Where's Gaia? Let's deactivate that. Deactivate, yeah. Where's our base again? Alright, you should meet Zoe over here at the base. Yeah, that's a glitch. Game's broken, man.
Aloy, it seemed like you grabbed what we needed before heading out. Come see me back at base, and I'll take those control cores off your hands.
Alright, it worked. Well, we cheated, right? Technically, we cheated. Well, what can we do, man? The game is broken on that part.
Get back to studying. You're back.
2 control cores, as requested.
Ah, good.
Now that you have them, are you ready to reboot the land gods in Plainsong?
Not yet. Gaia told me the reboot code has to be altered using data from the cores. She updated my focus with software to accomplish this task, but apparently it's very complicated. It'll take time.
Well, let me know if you need any help.
I will.
I'd better head out.
I wish you well.
Alright, let's get the final key component or function component. Oh, we have a workbench now. Where is it? There you go. What's this? We already unchecked this. Now it's showing up again. Yeah. Let's talk to Gaia again and skip the cutscenes or the conversation part. Let's just try to uncheck that one.
Welcome back.
Hi, Gaia.
Hello, A.
Oh, okay.
I'll be off.
I think we just need to find Demeter to clear this one out. Let's go. So we're off to find Meter. Let's spawn here or teleport here. Alright, let me just double check. Alright, we're still recording, we're good.
There's lots of everyone. Keep my guard up.
The barbarian.
Okay, whoever these people are, it looks like we're not gonna be friends. Past these hostels and into the ruins.
You all look alike, man. Pull off. Let them come to me, right? Trying to hit those barrels. What the freak, man? Where are you, guys? There you are. Chill, dude, chill.
In case there's more of them. According to Gaia, it should be somewhere in these ruins.
Alright, let's check the map. It's over there. Need to get out of this structure.
Looks like some sort of old office complex.
Automated Solutions industry-leading biotech research facility. Agritech, environmental remediation, organic waste management. Whatever your company
Something up there.
here at the greenhouse.
Maybe we can pull that out from here.
Thorough research facility.
There you go. Let's loot as much as we can, folks.
A metal flower. Demeter should be right beyond that door. But those vines are blocking the way. Unless I can cut through them, I'm gonna need to find another way in.
Should be a tool or a way we can get rid of those plants, right? Like the one in Vegas. Oh, oh, no, 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 no. There's a stash. Let's get the stash first. All right.
A room with no way out. Great. At least there's a code.
Si Tala Aquino, Albert Einstein. She coded Einstein, right?
That's all. A log.
Just got off the line with U.S. Robot Command. Time's running out. Didn't have the heart to tell Harris that our cure might be worse than the disease. Even if adamantine wreath works, we still have to prove we can curtail the trailing plants efficiently. But Cobble's team is working on it over at Test Station Ivy. He'll come through. He has to.
Adamantine wreath. Another secret project. They made the metal flowers here and the vines, so maybe I can find a way to destroy them. If I can find Test Station Ivy. How do I get out of here? There we go. Great. These guys again.
Another set of target practice.
I better be careful. I could take those soldiers out permanently.
You see that too? For real? You think we're under attack? No sign of anyone here. Stop! Now! Hostile! Give them support! Opening fire!
Use the environment to your advantage and simply shoot. Where are you? I can do this all day, man.
Go! Go! Take her up now!
Wait a minute.
So fast! She's using a grapple!
Oh, if I get hit, I lose the... I'm doing it, you know? Something there. All right. Ancestors is dead, and so are you, man.
I really wish these people would have talked to me instead of trying to kill me. Now I need to find a way out of this courtyard.
Alright, let me just check something. Alright. What is this, dude? Ah, it's a strong weapon. Some sort of a plasma cannon.
That door looks promising.
I submit. Do as you will.
I didn't want to fight your friends out there. They attacked me.
If by death alone I can atone our trespass.
I'm not gonna kill you, okay? I just want to figure out what's going on. Where did you get that focus?
I am of the chosen people. The Quen. The ancestors left the power of the focus to us alone, the eye that reveals the legacy.
The legacy, huh?
The legacy? The truth. It is in the darkness and the lost places, among the ancient ashes and the bones of the before that it lies waiting. As a diviner, it is my task to seek it out for the good of my people.
You're looking for data. Maybe we can help each other. What's your name?
Alpha. Second diviner of the Eastern Expedition.
I'm Aloy. Why don't we start again? I've never heard of the Quen.
Our lands lie across the Great Ocean. We haven't been here before.
So why come now?
Our homeland has been ravaged by freakish weather. Terrible storms and blistering droughts. The crops are failing, the people are starving. When we looked for answers, it was proposed that if we had the courage to cross the ocean to Legacy's landfall, then we might earn the knowledge we need to save our people. But so far, that knowledge has eluded us.
Alright, 1 second, Alva.
So, your people call this place Legacy's landfall?
No. Landfall is where we arrived. To the west, in the shadows of the sunken city by the broken bridge.
You mean San Francisco?
Yes. You're well versed in the Legacy. It was a place of great importance to our ancestors. We had hoped to learn their secrets there, but so far that door remains closed. Even so, the data we discovered there has led us to this place. It might be our last chance.
To find something that can save your crops and your people.
Yes. If the ancestors will be generous to us once more.
So you said your ancestors left your tribe that focus?
Yes. 13 diviners have possessed this one since it was discovered among the ruins in our homeland. I have their honored names committed to memory.
So you have one, but none of the soldiers out there did.
We each have a role to play. No, it is the diviner's purpose to seek out the legacy, interpret the wisdom of our ancestors for the good of all, and to keep it safe, so that no one but the diviners know how to use a focus. Not even the Imperial family, and certainly not soldiers.
So how many diviners are there?
At Landfall, a small group. Back at home, a few dozen more. That's a guess. Only the overseers know for sure, and I am not of their rank.
So you call data from the ancient past the legacy?
Yes. All that is not lost or forbidden.
What does that mean?
All that we are capable of reading, and that which is permitted.
Okay, not sure I get it. That's fine. So what do you use the data for?
The greatest secrets are the ones that improve the lives of many. How to tend our crops, how to hold floodwaters back, or even cross the ocean.
Technology.
That is what I seek here. Technology that can help my people back home.
Those soldiers, they opened fire on me without warning. Why?
It is the duty of the Quen to seek out the legacy and defend it from the ignorant and envious. Not that you seem ignorant. But back home, other tribes only mean us harm, and we were told the same was true here.
Does that come from your legacy?
The legacy is truth. But we have been known to misinterpret it. I hope time and the wisdom of our ancestors will guide us down the correct path.
Yeah. I hope so too. I'm looking for a place in this facility called Test Station Ivy. Have you found any data that mentions it?
No. But I did find something that looks like a map. But it was unreadable. Lost.
Maybe I can make some sense of it.
There.
There's a lot of files here.
I've been through all of them. Look in the GH facility section. Like I said, a lost file.
You can't see the map? It's okay. Looks like your focus is an early model. The operating system won't be able to read any files created after the mid-2050s. But I could share them with you.
Share them?
outdated yung focus niya.
See what is lost. Been forbidden.
Not lost, not forbidden, just a newer format. There. That's where I need to go.
But you can't get there. We've been here for a week trying to get deeper into the complex. The way has been blocked by rubble.
What about this tunnel? It looks like it unlocks from here.
No. I thought these might be some kind of access controls, but I couldn't read enough data to make them work.
Let's try with my focus, okay?
I believe these consoles were meant to be operated in unison, but...
Yeah, but an outdated focus, Alba. That's a shame.
Okay, here we go.
Following your lead. The ancestors have shown us the way.
Come on, let's go.
You want me to come with you?
Let me just take care of that marker. There. Let's remove that.
It took both of us to open up that tunnel, didn't it?
Where are you, dude? Oh. Wait, that's loot.
Promise.
You say so.
Let's loot the area first. Alright, we can ignite this.
Better stand back.
Well, that was loud.
Oh, you think? Alright, there it is.
There has to be a way out of here.
Yeah, I already know that. Watch.
Through here.
Alright, nothing there.
Dead end. Maybe we should try another path. We haven't tried that smaller tunnel over there.
This one? I think this is where we went through. Alright. What small tunnel? This one?
According to the map, the exit should be this way.
I'll be glad to get back above ground.
Feels like a tomb down here. I see it.
Uh-oh.
That should be good.
They fly to and from the complex several times a day. Only the ancestors know why.
Well, the ancestors are dead, Alva.
Of course. How else could they be ancestors?
Looks like we have more pressing concerns. Follow my lead.
Oh, let's get some resources. I hope Alba can fight, man.
Machines.
We can fight them. Or try to sneak past. Your call.
I say let's fight them.
Here we go.
We have no choice. Quick!
You're making a lot of noise, dude. Let's override that. Yeah, I need you to be aggressive. Oh, break.
It's holding.
Let's get rid of this. Let's repair you, man.
Got it.
I'm right behind you.
Let's look for a climb spot. What the freak?
like the one we used at the first station. There's consoles up here too!
I have no way to get to them. You stay put. I'll see what I can find. Maybe something down here can help me reach the consoles. I think I can move these things. There we go. Huh. There's some space back there. Aha. This should help.
Should be a code. Oh no, there's no code.
That looks like some sort of conveyor. You think you can move it over to me?
Yeah. If you can hop on top of it, I can get you to those consoles.
Exactly!
Wait, there's a loot over here.
Aloy, would you mind warning me next time you decide to, blow up a wall?
I'll, try. If I can get this thing to Alva, I can get her to those consoles.
Hold it there! Let me just... I jumped on top!
Now what? Something up there, right? That one. So where should I carry it?
Hold on.
That's good! Jumping over! Made it! I'm at the console. Wait! There's data here. A lot. But it's blocked. Something's restricting access. If I can't get past it, my mission here is doomed.
Alva, I'll help. If I can, okay? But first we have to get out of here.
Right. We need to open the hatch. Let's see... Okay. I'm unlocking a storage unit. There should be a power cell inside. Then you need to find a way into the generator room.
Okay, I'm on it.
I'm already there, man. Just looking for a battery.
I gotta move this. I found the energy cell.
Where? There, man. Okay. Ambira. Alright, so I'm gonna attach it to that. panel or socket on in this room, right there.
Doesn't look like the generator's in this room. It has to be somewhere else.
Okay, that brought power back to the doors. You can reach me now.
On my way.
Okay. We need to operate both consoles simultaneously to open the hatch.
I'll get to the other console. You stay here.
Ready when you are.
Okay, you ready? On 2. 1, 2.
Commencing adamantine read vulnerability test scenario 12C15.
Okay, that's where we need to go.
Magnetic field engaged. Initiating biomass conversion process.
No. How do I shut this thing off?
Failsafe exceeded. Testing not be aborted.
Where is this?
What's going on, man?
That's how the world ended.
Test complete. Adamantine read structural integrity uncompromised.
What did we just see?
Alva. Let's meet below. I'm gonna share a file with you, okay?
Test log, I think it's Tuesday. The 2nd? Who cares? I'll say this for the end of the world. It's jam-packed with irony. We developed biomass conversion here. Infinite food for infinite machines. And now we're racing against time to find something to give them indigestion. Will it works? War machines won't be able to eat the reeds. But can we deploy them in time? God, I hope so.
I don't understand.
Your ancestors? They were wiped out. Your legacy didn't tell you that?
The time of ashes. Most of the data about that is lost or forbidden.
Well, they created machines that consumed all life. They just saw how. It's a miracle they survived.
I don't want to know this. This is not why I'm here. I need the wisdom of my ancestors to help save my people, not forbidden knowledge of their sins. I need to find something that helps, something to bring back. The overseers will punish me, or even worse, people will die. Do you understand? My family, my sister. I left her when she was 14. Already you could see her bones. They will starve.
Alva. Alva. I get it. I do. It's hard to explain, but you and I are working toward the same goal. And if I succeed, your people won't need any data. Things will just... they will get better.
But even if I believe you, my people won't. I need to bring something back.
Okay. Then we'll go to Test Station Ivy. find a way to kill those vines, then I will have access to the data core. What I need is in there. I'm pretty sure that if I take it, it will unblock access to all the data that this place has. And that will give you something to bring home.
I'm not sure I understand. But every secret makes its own maze. A diviner must persevere. Go on. I'll follow.
We need to keep moving. Test station Ivy can't.
Alright, let's just change our loadout. Let's change the Spectre Gauntlet with the Legendary Shredder. However, we need to edit the coils. Yep, let's give it a lot of knockdown power. And some shock damage. I believe 3 shots of knockdown power will do, and 2 slots of shock or shield. Penetration, right? Then let's use it. Alright, there you go. Yeah, power shredder.
Another maze. The road to truth is never a straight line.
Spend most of my life in this forest.
We both traveled a long way then. Cold
This is it.
Let's search for further, man. There could be items here that we can find. Let's go this way. Oh, nothing here. I think that's it. Alright, let's get out of here.
Okay. Let's find a way to get into the proving ground. That complex should be test station Ivy.
Well, let's hope it holds the answers we seek. It's so still.
Yeah. Whoa! It's one of those machines!
It can turn invisible.
We're gonna have to take it out to get into the test station. You with me? Yes.
Let's find it. So the weapon of this is acid. I'm about to say it. What the freak, man? Let's use our shredder. Damn it. I think its weakness is plasma, man. All right. There's the prompt. Plasma, alright. Let's give it a plasma type of
That was amazing.
Alright.
Terrifying, but amazing.
I think for this machine,
We
yeah,
should be able to get into
plasma.
test station Ivy now.
Dreadwing.
It's carrying one of the metal flowers. Is that how they've been distributed? Airdrops from these machines?
We shouldn't linger here. There might be more machines.
How come I cannot run while drinking?
There has to be some data here on the adamantine wreath we can use.
I trust your focus will see what mine cannot. Oh, that's interesting.
Find something?
The 4th test station. Willow. It looks like it's underwater.
Huh. That might be worth a look sometime. This console's still operational. Another log.
We're done in every way. The wreaths work, and confidently through. On a way to destroy them. Downloading a coded key into the deployment shell triggers an enzyme that causes the wreaths to eat themselves from within. But it's too late. The latest projections from U.S. Robot Command have swarm reproduction, outpacing our ability to drop the shells by 375%. Not even close. I guess we deserve this. I deserve it for what I made here. This will be my last log before evacuation.
So all their efforts were in vain. They ran out of time.
At least we have the software module they created. It should get rid of the vines produced by the metal flowers. I need a workbench to load the module onto my spear.
There's one back at our camp. The map showed a path leading back there past the next room.
Here. Can we teleport inside the map? Let's try.
Rain once again.
Something's here. I think there's another Dreadwing nearby.
You took on all these soldiers by yourself. But we better make haste.
You have no idea, Alba.
Barbarians, our lieutenant called for reinforcements. They could be here any time.
Right.
Alright, so this could be the final gear. Now we can get rid
Now
of...
we get to that data core.
We can get rid of the vines now.
Let's hope this new module works. That was good. Let's see if the software works.
Files. They're falling apart.
Door's clear now.
Okay. So in Vegas, that's how we can remove the vines.
The data core looks intact.
Time to bring Demeter home. Demeter? It's time to go home. To Gaia.
The seed of life. Yes.
Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Restoring Demeter's subordinate function to original code.
What did you do? I've never seen my focus glitch like that.
I found a special type of data. It's something you can't read. But you kept a tight grip on the data core. But now you should have access to the central server. All of it. Should give you something to bring home.
You were right. Hundreds of archives. Almost all of it relating to agriculture. It would take us years to get through all of this. But we don't have that kind of time. What you said before about...
Take cover.
Alba! Hold your fire! By the word of the ancestors, you must stop. Come. Look at who you fired on.
That barbarian killed our soldiers!
Only those who fired blindly. She is no barbarian. She gave me the data we need. Come, look at her. Can't you see? Elizabeth Sobek stands before you. An ancestor reborn.
should bring the ancestor back.
It is we who follow their word, Commander, not
Let
the
me
other
wear
way.
your armor, dude.
My apologies, Dr. Sobek. Our people's faith is strong, but there are those who are not as familiar with the legacy as they should be.
You heard the diviner. The data has been found. You two, with me. The rest of you, meet us back at the beach for return to landfall.
I can't talk long. They will have many questions.
So do I. Your people know a lot about the past. I know it's Sobek, I guess, but they're...
Please, I must know. What you said before about working towards the same goal, how long will it take?
I don't know. A few months?
Then you are my family's best hope. Let nothing get in your way. You have opened my eyes to many things, and for that, I thank you. But now you must go.
Will I see you again?
Soon we return to Legacy's landfall. It might be dangerous for you to go there.
Tell me how to reach it, just in case.
We made landfall on the northeast edge of the sunken city. The currents around the archipelago are vicious, and the only approach is from the south. And it is guarded. Only attempt to go there if you must.
Diviner! What's the delay?
Please, go. If you attempt to stay here any longer, they may want to take you with us, and that won't go well for anyone.
All right, we met a Dreadwing.
I need to get
We
back
helped
to Gaia
Alva,
anyway, but I might want to head to that cauldron north of
and
here
we
before I
got
make
all
trek
the
back. And now I can use the vine cutter on those other metal
subcomponents
flowers I
of
found earlier.
Gaia. Let's return base. Alright, let's head back to base, man. Let's go. So once again, this is Otis Gamer 14, and we are now at part 10, Horizon Forbidden West playthrough. If you like the Horizon series, you can watch the rest of the videos in my YouTube channel. The guide is also posted in my FB page, so don't forget to share the videos, follow and leave a like on the platforms. And for my YouTube channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like the videos. Also, leave a like icon and also hit the bell icon so you'll be updated in my new videos, and that will be appreciated, folks. Now let's do a manual save here. Now let's go back to Gaia. Well, I'm wondering what level are we in right now.
It is good to see you again, Aloy. I see you have recovered Demeter.
Yep. And I hope we will have an audio for our dialogue today, Gaia.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it.
We're only 26, level 26, man. Let's talk to Gaia first before we go to Varl.
Hi, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy.
Demeter, right? Since we got
Have you been able to make use of Demeter's functions?
Yes. I was able to mitigate most soil conditions and restore a temporary balance. You should notice less rampant plant growth in the area.
Maybe that'll give Plainsong's fields a chance to recover.
the blight should be gone. All right.
Recovery in that area is unlikely without the assistance of the Utaru's land gods. I have discussed this matter with Zoe. I believe we may have a workaround.
Yeah, I'm helping her out with that. There's something I'm still trying to figure out. Why was Demeter using flying machines to distribute metal flowers?
In its deranged state, Demeter was defending itself against a robotic swarm that would devour all plant life.
It thought the Pharaoh Plague was still happening?
It feared it would come again. As part of its directive of reseeding Earth's vegetation, it sought to protect plant life at all costs. And considering it had 20 years to proliferate, I expect you will continue to find the fruits of its efforts for some time.
That's a good thing I have the code to dissolve the vines, then. So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before Apollo was purged.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo database was catastrophic, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you have uncovered. For instance, Varl has been reviewing the last recorded entries from those who perished during the Pharaoh Plague. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite somber.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to process this on his own terms.
So the facility where I recovered Demeter used to be a Pharaoh agricultural research facility. It's where they created the biomass conversion system, but also adamantine wreath. Did Elizabeth know they were working on that?
It is likely she was briefed on other efforts to combat the machine swarm, though her focus was devoted only to Zero Dawn.
That makes sense. But they actually got the wreaths to work. If they've been able to deploy it against the Pharaoh Plague in time...
Using the data you recovered on the project, I ran several simulations and have concluded that it would never have worked. In all scenarios, the Pharaoh war machines would eventually hack and deactivate the wreaths before they could contain the swarm.
So Zero Dawn really was the only solution. There was a lot of data in the greenhouse facility about agriculture. Do you think it'll help the Quen fix their homeland?
I will run a query. Complete. The data contains information about novel crop production methods, which may be beneficial to the tribe in the long term.
But new crops aren't going to save the world, so I guess it's on us.
It is.
Alright, I think we're good. Now we should go back to Varl.
I guess I should get going.
As you say. Be well, Aloy.
Let's talk to Zoe first.
Aloy, you found another one of Gaia's sub-functions?
2 down, 1 to go.
I'm glad her healing can continue.
Found anything else combing through that data?
Varl and I have been looking into the animals of the old world. Apparently there used to be thousands more species roaming around than there are today. Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see them, even as holograms. Though I know that without Artemis or Apollo, that may prove difficult. At least I can find comfort in knowing Gaia used many of them as inspiration for her machines. Her memory honors them.
Are you guys training with Erend as well?
If you count trying to stick a spear in his gut as training, then yes.
Are you serious?
Of course not.
Good.
I was going for a couple of broken bones. He called the Utaru leaf grazers. Laughed at the idea of us simple farmers being formidable fighters. Before I knew it, he and I were battling it out in the common room. The man is slow, but he can throw a hammer around. Don't look so worried. We're evenly matched. For now. Next time he's going down like a load of boar dump.
Just try not to kill each other.
Injuring his pride should be good enough.
I better get going.
Right. You've got that sub-function to deliver.
Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found that recording from the
That recording is familiar, man.
She's been watching it a lot. I think it helps calm her.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough.
And then?
One day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me, in a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was a liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
What else can you tell us about Tilda?
She liked to talk about her paintings.
What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that?
She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect.
Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage?
She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel?
It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home. And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it? To them, it looked like I was still in training, toiling away, alone. So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view? I could see white caps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave. You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files? Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many. They didn't interest you? I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis. Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use? No. Any information about them was redacted. So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
Thank you.
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him, but he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
Return to base again? Alright, let's see if there's... second verse. Alright, let's check on Zoe. So according to Gaia, she unlocked new rooms, right? That's what she said. Let's check them out. What are the new rooms here? What's this? Nope. Let's to head outside.
I like it already.
Do we have something to upgrade? Alright, none. This is Varl's room. Varl and Zoe. Oh, we already saw that.
Huh. Looks like Aaron made himself at home. Looks like Gaia was able to unlock that door.
Okay, we already saw this. What about this
There's a lot
one?
of equipment in here. Gaia, what was all this for?
This room was designed for management of the facility's vast seed banks. From here, control center operatives would have monitored new crop rotations into the automated farmlands. Now,
According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her.
I've been tackling the design of the Ag Lab. Place is gonna have a lot of seed stock to work with. My favorite? Sample 626. Calotropis gigantea. The crown flower. We used to have one.
Looks like someone's put some of my stuff in here.
Aloy, I see you found your room. Your companions thought you would appreciate a private space of your own.
That was thoughtful of them. This is the rite of passage that Vashav gave me at the embassy. I liked him. He seemed like a good man. I think he was really looking forward to going home. My old spear. Rust helped me make it when I finished my training. Feels like so long ago now. I've been carrying Elizabeth's pendant with me for months. But since we're gonna stay a while, I think I'll keep it here, where it'll be safe.
Alright, we got our own room. What's this? Alright, let's talk to Zoe.
Aloy,
Hey, how's everything going?
I am well, but Varl told me Beta's having a hard time adjusting to life here with us. I wish there was something I could do to help.
I'm not sure any of us can.
A tree won't bear fruit in a day. We'll do our best to make her feel welcome.
The Zeniths did a number on Beta. But she seems to trust Varl.
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are immortals. Old ones who cut themselves off from the cycle of life and decay. I've never heard of anything so selfish. To deny our dying bodies to the earth. To doom the life that would bloom in their place. It's despicable.
What are you going to learn next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and she brought up data you found on something called a museum? From what I gather, the old ones would store knowledge in them for all to see and learn from, like you've done here for us. Maybe one day more people will be able to use this place to learn the way we have.
That sounds crowded, but nice. Is there anything I can help with around here?
Hmm? Oh, no. We're doing fine.
Are you okay?
You and Varl have been friends for a while.
I like to think so.
I was wondering, what do you know about his mother?
Oh.
That bad, huh?
Why do you want to know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala, but I noticed he avoids talking about his mother.
She's the war chief of the Nora. Best warrior the tribe's ever known. Tougher than a Thunderjaw, but she could be pretty harsh at times.
I see. That must have been hard on him. Thank you for telling me. I feel silly not being able to ask Varl directly.
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably afraid Sona will scare you off someday.
I'd like to see her try.
I should get going.
Good luck on your search.
Alright, so we're done with... So, let's talk to Varl. See what's up.
Hey, got a sec?
Of course.
It's hard to believe we're dealing with the original Zeniths. The same ones that left for Sirius 1,000 years ago.
To live on for so long, it doesn't seem natural.
Because it's not.
That weapon we found where Beta was hiding. Any chance we can use that against them?
Sylens made sure that wasn't an option.
Why would he build something to hurt Far Zenith, yet allow them to capture you?
With Sylens, there's always an angle. We just don't know what it is yet. What do you make of this Tilda that Beta was talking about?
Well, the way she described it, I can't shake off the feeling that Tilda wanted something from Beta. Maybe because she's Elizabeth Sobek's clone? But whatever she wanted, I don't think she got it. If we knew what it was, maybe we could use it to our advantage somehow.
I don't know. I don't think Tilda and Elizabeth were on the best of terms.
Oh well. At least we can take some comfort in knowing the Zeniths don't trust each other.
Maybe. You brought up Rost before. I do think about him. You know, he was all I had. And he brought me up the best he could. Not only that, when Hades discovered who I was and sent the Eclipse after me, he sacrificed himself so I could survive. But that seems like ages ago. So much has happened since. What I'm doing now, I don't think he could even begin to understand it. The Sacred Lands were all he really knew. So I can't let myself dwell on him. Not with everything I have to do.
I understand. Sometimes, when I think about my sister, about what she would have become if she had survived the Proving, it hurts. And I just need to bury it for a while. But only for a while, Aloy. You can't ignore it forever. Memories always come back. The ones that matter, anyway.
I know. But for now, the mission has to come first.
Fair enough.
How's training?
Discovering something new about our past every day. When we first met, you asked me if I ever wondered what this world looked like when the old ones lived here. I thought it was strange at the time, but a lot has changed since I left the Embrace. Now I'm just trying to make sense of everything I thought I knew and versus everything I know now.
The change is hard, but it gets easier over time. You feeling okay?
I was just thinking about Beta and all that time spent with the Zeniths. To think someone would make a person just to lock them in a room to use when needed, like some sort of tool. Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed herself for the world, and yet they have no trouble treating Beta like a slave.
Another reason we have to stop them. I should get back out there.
We'll be here if you need us.
Hey, Aloy. Is everything all right? It seemed like you and Varl were down in that basement for a while.
Yeah, everything's fine, I guess.
Well, okay. What can I do for you?
You still sifting through loads of data?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's lots of words. I thought maybe I could try finding things with more pictures in it. Not much luck there, but I did find out about these holofilms. Like images put together to tell a story. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram like shows. I bet they pay a lot of shards for those holos.
Seems like you're getting the hang of this data thing.
Yeah, it's been helpful. When I could make sense of anything. I did find the old ones enjoyed a good brew like the rest of us. Only they let machines serve the stuff in bars. They even let the damn things cut you off before you saw the underside of a table. That's half the fun. Now, you won't see me letting a robot serve me a pitcher anytime soon.
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill me earlier.
So I hear.
I made one joke about how they, eat grass a lot. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach anyway?
From the looks of it, the Utaru.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting her to be that fast.
Just try not to get hurt. Do I smell ale?
I brought some over from Chain Scrape. With everything that's been going on, I thought we could all use a drink. Besides, there is nothing that brings people together like a good brew. That's what my sister always said. You're more than welcome to have some.
Maybe another time. I should get going.
Back to reading, I guess. Do be careful out there.
All right. I think we're done with the conversation. Let's take a look. All right. So I think we're good with this playthrough for now. We already got all the sub programs for Gaia. But let me double check my quest menu. So we're waiting for that, for Zoe to complete the reboot code.
To help the planet.
And let's try to get back to Gaia once more.
Until it gets a mind of its own and decides to kill everyone.
Because the game keeps on telling us.
I'm back, Gaia.
Let's see if there's something new.
What would you like to discuss?
So I talked to Beta. Didn't learn much.
It seems to me you did. From what she describes, the Zeniths controlled every aspect of her life, even as they shunned her. This Tilda was the first person she ever had contact with. An abrupt severance of such a relationship would be very emotionally damaging.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I found some data in one of the rooms you unlocked. It mentioned that there are still functional seed banks beneath this facility. Why is it there?
My predecessor was tasked with reconstituting the biosphere with primary and secondary plant species. Had everything gone according to plan, humans would have eventually been able to introduce tertiary species, including new crops.
Can we access them now?
Unfortunately, it will have to wait. I require control over the machines in order to access and distribute the preserved seed stock.
And for that we need Hephaestus. It's something to look into later then.
This is still active. Let's check on this.
The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda, Verbena. Beta said they were some of the most powerful people on Earth. I think Elizabeth knew one of them. Tilda. Did she ever mention her to you?
No. Elizabeth often spoke of her work, or told stories of her mother and her childhood. If she knew this Tilda, she did not disclose it with me. What we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal. To protect life on Earth, they must be stopped.
Alright, I think that's it. We should uncheck that on the map.
Safe travels.
Yep. That's gone. So only the reboot code for Zoe. It's not clear yet. So maybe until we get the there's something new in our inventory. Alright. Special gear. Yep, the one for the metal plants or metal flowers. This one, the vine cutter. Alright. For the drones, I haven't found any workaround for that or encountered any type of drone, but we'll see as we progress along this game. So not much. I think Hephaestus and Cauldrons, last Cauldron, will involve a main story progression, so we'll just need to wait. But for now, I will create a save, and I think I'm about to wrap this up right here, folks. Let's go and save this progression. So again, this is part 10 for the Horizon Forbidden West playthrough. Still manual save. So currently we are level 25.
I wonder how much.
26 now. Alright. So guys, I think that's about it for now. Once again, thank you for watching. If you watch until the end, don't forget to visit my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. And hit a like and subscribe will definitely be appreciated. Don't forget to share my videos and hit the bell icon so you'll be updated on my new ones. Alright, So there you go. This is Oritz Gamer 14. I'll see you on the next one, folks. Take care.